Hey guys, sorry we haven't done a video in a while. Today what we're going to be talking about is what happens when the human body plateaus, why it occurs and what we can do to keep your body in that fat loss process. So once you start training and you got your body in that fat loss process, you have to start thinking about how do I keep my body going? So the first thing I want to talk about is cheat meals. So what happens is, as you start to diet and you take away your body's primary fuel source, you are now forcing your body to burn fat. So when you take away sugar and carbohydrates, you force your body to burn fat. Now, believe it or not, your body doesn't want to be in a fat burning process. So once it remains here for a long period of time, your body is aware that if it keeps going and it burns all your fat, you're going to have nothing left and eventually you're going to die. So what your body does is produces a hormone that actually slows down your body's ability to burn fat, and it preserves this to keep you alive for longer. So if you want to keep your body in that fat burning process, you need to tell your body, hey, I'm not trying to kill you, and you trick your body into remaining in that fat burning process by having a high carb day. Now that high carb day isn't necessarily a cheat day where you should go out and eat whatever you want, but it's a high carbohydrate day. So you're giving your body back that primary fuel source so it's not afraid to stay in that fat burning process. You're basically telling your body, hey, I'm not trying to kill you, keep going, keep burning fat, I'm not trying to forget about you. So the best idea is to have low GI carbs. So you're having carbs that are slowly released in your system. Brown bread, brown rice, whole grain pasta, etc., and you keep your body in that fat burning process. The second thing, let's talk about exercise. So you've got to go through the FIT principle. F-I-T-T. First one is frequency. So you've got to change the frequency and maybe up the number of times you are training per week. The other one is intensity. You know, as your body gets used to a certain intensity, trick it by increasing the intensity and keep pushing yourself harder and harder and harder. You know, as you get stronger, you should be able to lift a heavier weight. This is called the progressive principle. So progressive overload. So as you get stronger, overload your system and keep pushing yourself harder. Time. So start training for longer. As you become more cardiovascular fit, now push your body for longer because you should be able to last longer. The last one is type, and this is the most important. Change the type of exercises you are doing. So if you're doing a lot of treadmill work, start doing a lot of cross-trainer work, etc. I basically changed my weight training routine from doing 6 to 8 weeks of dumbbell work to 6 to 8 weeks of barbell work. So in the pressing actions when I'm doing chest work, I'll change from doing dumbbell press to bench press. So change that up as often as you can. Supplements. So basically, if you're continuously using a fat loss supplement, your body can get used to it. So every couple months, or actually once a month, I actually take 1 week off taking no supplements. So basically, your body gets used to the caffeine. And if your body gets used to the caffeine, it stops getting energy from that caffeine and actually picks up the caffeine as being a toxin. When your body picks up the caffeine as being a toxin, your adrenal glands start going and you get your energy from your adrenaline. The problem is you don't know the difference between what it feels like to get your energy from the adrenaline versus caffeine. So you think you're getting energy from the caffeine, but your adrenal glands are kicking in. And when your body produces adrenaline and your adrenal glands are kicking in, it's actually a fat blocker. So this is where your fat loss supplement can actually stop you from burning fat. So go through what we call a caffeine reset, where you take no stimulants for 4 days plus. I do it 7 days just to make sure. So no coffee, no pre-training supplements, no fat loss supplements. Second, third day, I get migraines, but that's just your body detoxifying itself and getting used to it. And then bang, when you get back in there again, energy levels will be through the roof and you get a new burst of fat loss abilities from your supplements. So you've got to take all these things into consideration. As you become more cardiovascular fit, do more cardio. So basically what I found is when I first started doing cardio, I'm not burning that many calories. I can only burn 200 calories. I could only do cardio for 20 minutes before I was dead. But then as I'm becoming more cardiovascular fit, I can burn more calories per hour. because I can burn more calories per hour, my body is burning more fat. Now, as I'm burning more fat, my fat loss progress is getting faster and faster. So again, progressive overload for your cardio sessions. So you've got to keep all these things up to date. Drink more water. Now, the last thing is your calorie intake. As you start to decrease body fat, keep keeping tabs on how much food you are eating. For example, if you start your fat loss process at 100 kilo and you get your 100 kilo down to 60, 70, the amount of calories your body requires is now less. So you've got to keep that into tabs into consideration as well. So have a look at your supplements intake, your water intake, your progressive overload with your cardio and weight training. Keep going through a caffeine reset with your supplements. Make sure your calorie intake is going accordingly to your size, and make sure you make these adjustments along the way. Keep tricking your body with your workouts you're doing. Take all this into consideration, and your fat loss process should never stop. If it stops, then it's just simply you not keeping tabs with your body and not making the adjustments required to keep you going. The more you learn about your body and the more you learn about what's required to keep your body in that fat loss process, the more successful you're going to be in the long run.